Let's take a brief look at the idea of how you select these business models and how you make the four choices so that they fit together properly. Recall that for one idea, you've got numerous business models, or what we've come to call strategies. And your job is to work out which strategies to choose and to prioritize as part of the process of taking the idea to market. Now, the critical thing about these four choices is they cannot be made independently to be part of any strategy. In fact, you've got to put them together. Let's see how that works. Basically, your customer choice must make sense with your technology choice, which must make sense with your competition choice, which must make sense with your organization choice, and so on. To see how that works, let's consider the example of Amazon.com at its founding. Let's start with the customer choice. The customer choice in Amazon.com was to sell books. Books had the quality that they were easy to transport, and it was easy for consumers to look at a book online and understand what would be shipped to them. Remember, this was the early days of the internet, and things such as being able to evaluate the quality of good were quite difficult. So Bezos, in founding Amazon, decided to focus on selling books online, which of course was the technology choice. But it wasn't simply a technology choice, I'm going to do it online, that was the idea, but a set of choices around that. How you pay for it, how you put these things together, how you search for the goods, were all part of the technology choice. The competition, this was book selling. They were online. The competition were the offline or bricks and mortar booksellers. And back when Amazon was founded, those were the big chains, Borders and Barnes & Noble. Borders is no longer with us. Barnes & Noble, as of the recording of this video, is still hanging on. That was the competition that Amazon was targeting. These were bookstores that had 50 to 100,000 titles. Amazon, on the other hand, was going to have more. Finally, to its organization. Amazon was eventually going to grow to become the everything store, selling the variety of goods we have today. But the way it was going to pursue that was being able to deliver those goods more cheaply than anyone else. In other words, the capabilities had to all be about driving down the costs of delivery and the costs of those goods. Those were the things that Bezos prioritized in Amazon. And moreover, it was one of the reasons why it took almost 2 decades for Amazon to start turning a profit, because this was a hard job to get the logistics and everything and the costs down. But Amazon obviously managed to do that. You can see here that this wasn't the only choice for Amazon. But it had to focus. It had to choose this one thing. It had to choose a situation where it was the core idea was selling books online, and it chose a strategy to sell those books, to make the technology of online search, especially amongst millions of titles, possible, to compete with bricks and mortar stores, and to have low prices in order to do that. There was an alternative. The alternative was to still focus on books, maybe not as many, to have online ordering of those books, to become an agent, an online agent for existing booksellers, and to charge a premium for getting the books to consumers rather than have them having to go and find a store with the books themselves. And that would be a more premium service. Both of these ideas could be pursued to sell books online. Amazon chose right, but in fact, predecessors to Amazon were not the first online bookseller, had chosen left. In fact, it was those organizations choosing left that caused Bezos to say, I'm going to relentlessly focus on right. So coherence and focus are two of the two key criteria that you use to evaluate entrepreneurial strategic choices.